It's unusual. I think I think when we were going to A&M, at that point you realize if we didn't have these off-campus agreements, you'd have 3 of our first 4 games at home, and that was something that's a little bit, it's something you always want, but it's a decision that's made way before I got here, a decision made way above my head, so you just kind of roll with the punches. But I'm excited to have this game at home. I think we'll have a live crowd. They have obviously an offense that's based solely on communication at the line of scrimmage, so as much as we can have a help from the student section, it's 6:30 game, so everybody should be oiled up and ready to roll. As much support as we can get from the people in the stands, regardless if you're frustrated, irritated, mad, upset, show up and be great to these kids would be a huge thing.
The players said in the post-game locker room there was a better vibe at the end of that game than there was in South Carolina. What do you think?
I think they just never gave up. They never fought. Not that they gave up South Carolina, but I think when you gave up the 21 points without being on the field, and then we can't, as coaches, we can't dwell on and talk about it, but you can bet that those kids talk about, they know if C.J. O'Grady catches that ball before the half, they know if Deion comes up with the one at the back of the end zone, they know if Jordan keeps running through the deep ball catch, they know if we catch a break here or there, it's a 2-score game and they're in it. They're smart enough to figure that out. As coaches, we don't go around waving it in their face, but we got smart kids that know where they're at, and I think it's a true testament to show how fast this thing can change, i.e. 2-4 a couple years ago to a team that won 8, could have won 9, had a blocked field goal against Mississippi State that could have been a game changer. So we're in here battling. We're going to keep doing it, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else with these kids.
Speaking of the C.J. O'Grady play, Cole ran up to that official like he thought there was something there.
I quickly ran over. I was afraid that Cole was going to, get something. Cole's very large, and the official he's talking to is not a very, shall we say, tall in nature. So he was bending down over, talking to him, and he does that to everybody, but it was just one of those moments. Cole is a competitive guy now. I mean, there was, so not this week, 2 weeks ago, we were having a 2-minute at the end of the half, and him and Sosa ran into each other, probably 2 of the more competitive guys in a 2-minute drill, and I'm trying to get 2-minute going, and Cole's telling Sosa a few things, and Sosa's telling, just being competitive guys. Everybody was into it. They were all laughing, but it's just, you can't replace or put a price tag on how competitive that is, and it's contagious. Again, it's something that's really, really fun, and no one's going to give up. No one's going to, when your quarterback's doing those kind, not that Austin wasn't, but when your quarterback's doing those type of things, it's something you can rally behind.
How smart if it got early, maybe? Think that on that play?
Is that what?
If you could supply, was he a little early?
You got 10,000 you want cash? No, we'll let the officials make it. And that is a good crew. That was a good crew going into it. I really like where it was at. They communicated very well. Case in point, at the end of the half, I knew 3 points went off the board, right? Or 3 points, 3 seconds ticked off the clock. Barry Lunny always does a great job upstairs. And I said, I knew when as soon as I looked, I looked and I saw it was 19. I saw it was 22. And next thing I turned around, I go, hey, we got over 20. We got with 2 timeouts. And they're like, Coach, you'll click down to 19. So that's when I came over and I said, hey, you got to look at the clock. We should have 3 more seconds. And they said, they were giving me a line of bull, and I said, well, then I'm going to challenge the clock. I want to challenge the clock, understanding that I called this timeout. I want my timeout back because you're wrong. And they gave it back and they gave me the timeout. So that was positive. There's a little situation, though, like, I think it's hilarious. It's not hilarious, but the rule reads when you are going no huddle and you don't sub, like if we have a personnel grouping called 11, if we're on the field and we're trying to go as fast as we can, we should be allowed to go as fast as we can. The defensive players can't substitute us, right? You guys have heard my mission for the last 5 years. I'm trying to talk about defense substitution. Well, we, in particular, I told the officials before the game, we will not sub. So we can go as fast as we want to go. Well, there during the midpoint of the game, we were going tempo. All of a sudden, Alabama started running on the sidelines, and we hadn't subbed anybody, and they're waiting for Alabama to get set. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then I let them know a little bit about their ancestry and heritage, and said, hey, let's make sure we're on board here, where we're at. So it's a learning process for everybody. Hopefully, everybody gets better.
How long has Sosa been rolling with a cut on his leg or something?
Yeah, it was, I don't know, Tom, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It was just, I think during the course of a game, I don't think it was during a practice, just in a pileup or something got cut on him that caused the stitches. And again, it wasn't anything structural or anything. It was just some stable. He was almost healed, is the way I understand. I remember I talked to him last week, and it was about healed, and then he just got it rubbed in the right spot on that field on Saturday and rubbed it off.
You had locker meeting kind of rescheduled.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, absolutely, they stapled it, but it wasn't anything more than the biggest thing they get concerned about is obviously infection and when you're exposed. So they went and cleaned it up. I think speaks volumes to him. He knew exactly what he did. He just got up and started walking. He knew what he needed to do and how to get back out there. Just I can't say enough about that kid.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.